So in Nathan Jones's potential last game as Luton Town manager, we ended up losing 2-0 away to Stoke City. The performance itself, I don't think it was terrible. I just think it was just two individual mistakes that cost us in the end. And that's kind of been the story of our season, really. Individual errors costing us goals, and then going forward not being able to take our chances at the right moments in the game. We had plenty of opportunities in the first half and in the second half to get some goals, but unfortunately it just weren't meant to be. Yes, the players probably were a little bit distracted with what's going on with Nathan Jones potentially going to Southampton, but the players, you need to kind of put that to one side and get on with it. You know, these things happen all the time in football, and if Nathan Jones doesn't go and he continues to keep progressing Luton Town, then this won't be the first time we are here about him potentially leaving to go to another club. You know, we're going to keep hearing it. So the better Luton do, the better, well, the more chances Nathan Jones is going to get given in manager offers. But anyway, the performance itself I thought was good enough to get a point. First half, the amount of set pieces we had, we didn't take full advantage of them. Morris had a really good opportunity where he should have really taken that opportunity, and yeah, should have been at least a goal there. But the goals which Stoke scored, Pelly, he didn't follow his man, so Nick Powell ended up having a free header at goal. I feel like he always scores against us, Nick Powell. He's a really good player at this level, and I did mention in my match preview how good of a player he is, and he is a Nathan Jones signing, believe it or not. But yeah, Nick Powell got the goal there, free header after 3 minutes. Not ideal, you know, conceding so quickly. And then the second goal was just an own goal by Tom Lockyer. You know, nothing which Harry Isted could actually do for both goals. You know, I didn't think he was terrible. Thought his distribution was quite good throughout the game, and yeah, he didn't really have much to do. I think he made the odd save in the second half, but apart from that, that was it. You know, we dominated possession. We never dominate possession, and to be fair, the Stoke side which I watched was a very poor Stoke team, but they got the win. That's not an Alex Neil side. It really isn't, and I was very surprised to see the way they were playing. And for us to go away from home and dominate possession as well as we did, you know, it just speaks a lot about how not great Stoke are, because they just weren't the best whatsoever. But unfortunately, that is 3 points dropped. We weren't able to get anything away from home. To be fair, we're still on good form. You know, it's only 2 defeats in, I think, in 11 or 12 matches, which isn't bad, you know. So I just think right now it's just very toxic, and I don't really like it. I know Nathan Jones could potentially leave, but if he does, then it's exciting times at Luton. We're in a good situation. We're only 3 points off the playoff, off those playoff places. Not many managers would say no to that, you know. So I feel like it is exciting times. A lot of people have come out and said, Nathan, just go, just go. Should have never have managed the match whatsoever and all this. But for me, like, he hasn't signed that contract yet. Whether or not, you know, people are just guessing. People are just putting 2 and 2 together and trying to make 10. That's what people are doing at the moment. And it's, you know, we just have to deal with the facts, what we've been told. What we've been told is Nathan has had permission to speak to Southampton. That's what he's been told. Today, which is the Wednesday, we are told that he's going to speak to Southampton. He's going to either go to Southampton or they're going to come to him, and he's going to have that conversation. It came out today, TalkSport did a report. I wouldn't listen to TalkSport because I don't like what they do. But what they came out and said was that, you know, Nathan Jones has done a verbal agreement. If that is the case, then, you know, thank you, Nathan Jones, for your service. Thank you for improving us. Thank you for giving us good moments since you come back for the second time. All the best in the Premier League with Southampton. Hope you do well. Because I don't know if there's any like clauses in his contract which suggest that if he keeps Southampton up, like, we could get like more money. I'm not too sure, but I know Southampton, they are going to pay a hefty fee for Nathan Jones because he has a few years left in his contract. And, you know, happy days, we look for a new manager. It is what it is. But for me, it's all about the timing. Need to get it done quickly. I know this Saturday is the last match before the winter break. If he isn't going to go, you know, well, if he's going to go, he needs to go in this winter break. It's that simple for me. He needs to go in the winter break. But I don't like the comments what I've read so far. Really toxic comments, you know, people being really like unnecessarily mean. Some of the stuff I've read, it's just, I have question marks on what people actually think about. But, you know, I guess it's your opinion and fair play on that. But yeah, for me, I just don't agree with what I've read. A lot of things of what I've read, you know. I've read that the players weren't up for it. Nathan Jones wasn't up for it. That's a load of rubbish in my opinion. The players were up for it. Things just didn't go our way. And like, in terms of Nathan Jones being up for it or not, he was. You can literally hear him like on the iFollow like commentary, shouting and doing what his usual stuff, being, you know, very antic on the touchline. He was doing that, you know, and that's Nathan Jones. I don't think you can ever stop him from doing that. At the end of the game, he applauded the fans. There's nothing you could really tell that he was going. So, look, I don't think people were not up for it. You know, I think that statement for me really frustrates me when people think like that, because there's no evidence to suggest that the players were up for it. Were not up for it, I mean. So, the players were up for it. Nathan was up for it. We wanted to win. Why would he want to lose? Why would we deliberately go out and lose? It just does not happen. You know, you want to win, you want to keep going, because whether or not Nathan Jones is the manager of this football club, the players want to achieve and want to do well. And then for Nathan Jones as well, why would he not be up for it? He wants to obviously leave on a high if he does go. So I just think a lot of people, what people are saying, what the fans are saying, some of it is a little bit toxic, and I just, yeah, don't agree with certain comments which I've actually read on social media. But I guess people are angry, people are upset. You know, I get it, but for me, it is what it is. If he goes, happy days. There's managers out there who can also do the job, which I feel like we are in a much better position. You know, last time when Nathan Jones left, we were top of League One. Well, actually, we weren't top of League One. We were second in League One. We had a few question marks whether or not we would go on to win the league. We ended up going on to win the league, but then we were in a situation where we had a new manager who weren't the right man for Luton. This time round, we're in a good situation in the Championship. I can't see us getting relegated. But whether or not a new manager can come in and, you know, continue what Nathan Jones has built at the club, then that would be great. If not, then we may be looking at a solid mid-table Championship season, which isn't a bad thing for Luton Town Football Club. It really isn't. So I feel like these are exciting times. It's just, I feel like it's becoming more toxic than it needs to be. But yeah, those are my thoughts at this moment in time. There are a few managers that have been linked to the Luton job, as expected. Gary O'Neill, the Bournemouth temporary manager at the moment, he's been heavily linked to the job. And then you've got Mark Bonner, the Cambridge United boss, who I would be very happy if we appointed. And also Neil Critchley, who is the former Blackpool boss, who got them promoted and also had a very good first year in the Championship. He did leave Blackpool to go to Aston Villa to become Stephen Gerrard's assistant manager. Obviously things didn't work out, and he's obviously not at a job. You know, there's loads of good managers out there which Luton can appoint. Sean Dyche as well, Wilder, you've got McKenna, the Ipswich boss, and then you've also got the Plymouth Argyle manager as well. There's plenty of names to talk about, but yeah, obviously we will talk about that in another video if Nathan Jones does leave. But yeah, those are my thoughts on what's happened over the last 24 hours. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.